we have to all remember this. It's very simple, but it's very powerful. As we all co-create together, it's going to create an amazing shift. So again, the ultimate dichotomy is the way to get there is to be there. Just be where you choose to get. It's that simple. And this is God talking, by the way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I believe this guy, meaning Neil Donald Walsh, his higher self is pretty damn aligned and is pretty tuned in, because what he's saying here is the exact same stuff that I get when I'm tuning into my higher self. And what you will get if you tune into your higher self, because our higher self is all coming from the same source of consciousness, and it's all coming from love and truth and wisdom. And it wants nothing more than all of us to get this so that we can all create a beautiful holographic reality together. So the last part of this is there's nothing you have to do. If you want to be happy, be happy. You want to be wise?
That's right.
Be wise. You want to be love? Be love. This is who you are in any event. You are my beloveds. And then Neil put, oh, I just lost my breath. You have such a wondrous way of putting things. And then the last comment from God, aka Neil's higher self, is, it is the truth that is eloquent. Truth has elegance and startles the heart to its own reawakening. That is what these conversations with God have done. They have touched the heart of the human race and reawakened it. Now they lead you to a critical question, and this is all of your question. It is a question all of humanity must ask itself. Can and will you create a new cultural story? Can and will you devise a new first cultural myth upon which all other myths are based? So can we do this, humanity? Is the human race inherently good, or is the human race inherently evil? This is the crossroads to which you have come. The future of the human race depends on which way you go, which way you choose to focus, and which way you choose to be. If you and your society believe you're inherently good, you will make decisions and laws that are life-affirming and constructive for the whole. If you and your society believe that you are inherently evil, you will make decisions and laws that are life-denying and destructive and limiting. Laws that are life-affirming are laws that allow you to be, do, and have what you wish. Laws that are life-denying are laws that stop you from being, doing, and having what you wish. So think about this. This is going to challenge some of you in your belief systems. Laws that are affirming allow you to be, do, and have what you wish. And laws that are life-denying are laws that stop you from being, doing, and having what you wish. Think of a lot of our laws, a lot of our like dogmatic belief systems, our religious belief systems, our judicial belief systems, and the laws that we have laid out before us. A lot of them are limiting and, taking from us our free will and our rights. Isn't it time that we as a collective start to really question that? And isn't it time that we start to take that power back and focus on choosing only the laws that are defining and life-affirming? I would say that'd be a great choice. So that's just my nudge, but something to think about. Those who believe in original sin and that our inherent nature of man is evil claim that God has created laws which stop you from being as you wish and doing as you wish, and promote human laws, an endless number of them, that seek to do the same. Those who believe in original blessing, so the original sin is like, we think a lot of a religious paradigm of, God thinks we're evil, and so we have to have all these laws and keep people in order, otherwise it'd be complete chaos and everyone would just do what they want to do. That would be amazing if everyone really felt they had the freedom to do what they really want to do, because we would not be doing things from fear and we wouldn't be enslaved. Those who believe in original blessing, this is a totally different new earth reality opportunity, and that the inherent nature of man and woman, I'm going to throw in there, but he just says man, is good, proclaim that God has created natural laws which allow you to do as you wish, and promote human laws that seek to do the same. What is your viewpoint of the human race? This is the question for all of you. What is your viewpoint of yourself? So if you feel that the human race needs to be punished and enslaved, you also do this to yourself. You cannot do it to the external world and not also be doing it to yourself. If you view that you yourself should have freedom to choose any moment that you need to choose differently connected to your source alignment, then also wouldn't you know that that's what humanity deserves? So if we believe that I own this person and they should not choose what they need to choose, then I'm going to control them and enslave them. And we can even do things really fun and creative like marriage. Ooh, I'm going to hook them like a fish and throw them in my boat and put a ring on them and own them. And now I should be able to say what they can choose to do. Well, do we really want that? Because if we do that for another, we do that to ourselves. So think about some of our laws and our viewpoints of liberation, and truly a soul that is love and is in a space of being love will not want to enslave another soul, but will show great honor to that soul. So a lot of what we're creating from our laws is based on fear, and in fear we're creating those experiences. But when we're in a state of love and we're being love, there's nothing negative we would create in that realm. So kind of contemplate that. The very last part is, what is your viewpoint of yourself? Left entirely to your own devices, do you see yourself as a being able to be trusted? And this is a question for each of you. Do you see yourselves as a being able to be trusted? If you don't trust yourself, then what needs to shift? Does the world around you need to shift? Or do you need to shift? Do you need to shift to a place where you trust yourself, where you can trust your own alignment, where you can be true to self? If you can't know that about yourself, then really, how can you know that about another? We have to be able to be in a place where we trust ourselves. In everything, how about others? How do you view them? Until they reveal themselves to you, one way or the other, what is your basic assumption? So, like, do we innately love each other and trust each other? Or do we innately mistrust each other and think they're all out to get us and they're all up to something? This is another part of how we view ourselves and what we have to shift internally. Now, if people show you things that are out of alignment, this is something I'm going to say only because I've had so many empaths ask me this, is, Tanya, I love everybody so much and I want good for everybody and I don't want to judge people. And so I really struggle, and then I get attached to these people that are not to be trusted, and then I feel bad because I don't want to judge them. And here's the thing. It's not about judgment. There's a difference between judgment and discernment. When we are empathic beings feeling vibrational frequency, we know stuff right away. We meet that person and we know. We walk in that room and we know things. That is discernment. We have the ability, and it's important that we do access our gift of discernment always. Like, discerning energy is very important for you. Now, judgment is when you take what you're discerning, what you pick up on, and then you create some kind of story out of it that creates a hierarchy, or like, I am better than them, or they're better than me. You create some kind of value system, and that creates judgment. But when you just read information and you just know the energy and frequency of another, that is discernment, and that is important. So any of you, if you've been struggling with that and you feel like, oh, I don't want to be a judgmental person, and so I'm really struggling to own my truth and know what I know, I encourage you to really contemplate the difference between discernment and judgment. And in a nutshell, we're at 4 minutes over. So is there any questions coming in before we sign off, Amnon?
Nope.
Okay. Well, I hope that was all helpful. If any of you are, curious about galactic guides and angels and you want to tune in more, I encourage you to go into meditation and stillness and just thank them for revealing truth to you. Thank them for helping you understand more. You have questions, you want to understand anything, I constantly go into meditation and ask for clarity and understanding on everything that comes up so that I understand it. And so if you want to be a master in this Earth dimension and you want to understand this dimension more and you want to understand the universe more, it's a lot about just tuning inward and asking for that clarity and understanding and listening, becoming really great listeners. And if you want to become a master at manifestation and you know that you're here to be a way shower and an architect for the new earth, then I encourage you to really listen to what I said and maybe watch the show again and again and again until it really clicks inside of you and you understand that your beingness is vital. We need to be there before we get there. We need to be the frequency and the vibrational match to our desires so that they can come to us. So if we desire a new earth that's beautiful and high integrity and harmonious and loving, we have to be that in our own frequency. If we want to connect with guides like Syrians and angels, we may not be perfect and we may think, oh, I've got some human moments here. That's okay. But to set that intention to connect with them and to be the embodiment of love and wisdom and divinity, that's all that's needed. And the more you set your intention there, the more you will shift your frequency into embodying your own divinity instead of fearfully, frantically creating as a human that feels lost and alone and stranded on a planet. So I encourage all of you to really process that. I'm going to ask a request for all of you because I don't know how many are watching today, but it would be awesome if you all took a moment at the end of the show and you went to our YouTube channel under Tanya Love and just followed us on there. And then also start sharing the videos. If you feel like there's videos that are helpful, like, man, that, the gift of pain, that video really helped me process pain. And I have friends and family that are struggling with that. Share the videos, please, share them, because this will help with our mission of expanding and getting the messages out there. I don't just say this because I like to hear myself talk. It is for the intention to help these messages reach humanity all across the globe. So I'm calling you forth as light workers and assistants of this mission to simply help by following on YouTube and sharing the videos and just telling people about the message, telling them about me if you feel like they could benefit from working with me as a healer, but spreading the messages and helping people. If you don't know how to explain something and you feel the videos are explaining well, please share the videos and help more people to see that, because that's why we're doing them, is to help humanity shift. And the more people that see these videos, the more swiftly we shift into the new earth reality. So that is my request for all of you. A heads up that we have our first Twin Flame Union workshop coming up on December 27th from 11 to 2 p.m. Pacific. And if any of you are remote and you want to join us through that, you need to contact me as soon as possible. My email is tanyaangel@gmail.com. The website is up. I believe Amnon always has that up, tanyaangel555.com. And you can go on there and all my contact information is on there. So contact me, send your PayPal payments if you want to reserve your spot to be involved in that. And if any of you can't join us for that day, but you'd love to have a workshop at your spiritual bookstore, or maybe you've got a library or a spiritual community center that you have events and you'd love to have a workshop like that, contact me so that we could get that going. So what else? There's one more thing. Oh, and then the last thing is I do have my angelic work clearings on special just for one more week. And so if any of you have been on the fence about receiving a healing session, they're buy one and get one half off. And right now, the soul coaching sessions that I offer for $200 a session, those are $88 until Tuesday. And then that special ends. So anybody who would like to receive some help, some energy activations, and some soul coaching, which can powerfully shift your reality, contact me, and I would love to work with you if you're ready to do your work. So hope you guys all had a great show and that this was useful, beneficial information. And I hope that you all join me in holding your frequency of a new earth that is loving, blissful, harmonious, and abundant, because that is the new earth I'm here to experience. So I thank you guys for joining me, and thank you for going and following us on on YouTube and sharing the videos. That would be such a blessing, and I'd